What is up, everyone, and welcome to another Flip Quest episode here in 2022. We are at the halfway through November now, which means that the World Cup started today, November 20th. The first match happened.
Really?
Ecuador, yeah, first match happened today, bro. Says he's an Arsenal fan.
Things you find out.
9 a.m. this morning, Qatar played Ecuador, and Qatar won 2-0. Ecuador won 2-0, and they've just dominated them, and they probably could have won by a lot more than that. Nate, this was the first time ever that the host nation lost the opening match of the tournament in all the years. So it's not really something you want to claim to, but it's something they are claiming to now. So not great. And I guess that's what happens when you get the instant qualification for hosting it when you may not have qualified otherwise.
Wait, that's all it takes? America should have been hosting every single 4 years.
I don't think it's that easy unless you throw some bribes out there. But we do have such a good episode tonight for all of you. I'm super excited to have everyone here. It looks like Andrew's in the house. He was pumped. World Cup day. Yeah, well, guess what? Today, Ecuador versus Qatar. Cool to get it going. But tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., England versus Iran. And then 11 a.m., USA versus Wales. I believe it's 11 a.m. No, maybe it's 1 p.m. tomorrow. 1 p.m. tomorrow it is. Central time, that is. Leo will be on Tuesday night's Whatnot stream with all the case breaks that are right next to me, so I'm super pumped about that. Julian says he's only here to see the dog as well. We might be able to get a Leo appearance if everyone's wanting to later in the episode.
Yeah, wait.
What?
We demand one.
Okay, everyone's demanding Leo. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to mute myself quick.
Yeah.
All right. The demand is going to be met. Leo will be on camera in a second here. But for tonight's episode, big, important deal, because tonight's the first auction. Yes, there were a few last time, and we were going to talk about a couple of them last time, but there wasn't really that many. But raw cards here on the PWCC auction. Also, I should point out that if you have an account with PWCC, you may have gotten an email like, hey, you've got $100 in credit with PWCC. I'll explain that in a second. We've got the little man here. The little man is in the building. His name is Leo. He says hi, everyone. There he is. He's got a
I've ever seen. Harry Potter and Leo Messi combined.
I know, right?
Into one super dog.
I know. He's so late too. He doesn't have his Argentinian jersey on right now, but he is very fluffy. He is a great dog, and we are so excited to have him on the SlabStox team. And now he's the official mascot of the SlabStox team. Will be breaking with us on Tuesday night to break World Cup Prism Soccer. He seems a little tired, so I think he's gonna go back upstairs. He's quite the beast, so he's quite the beast. But back to the content for tonight. Not that Leo isn't great content, because he is. If you have a PWCC account, you probably got an email, a text, something of that nature that said, hey, you have $100 in PWCC credit to spend in this week's auction, which is true. A lot of people did. I don't think it was random. I think a lot of people have messaged me and say, hey, I got $100. Can I spend it? I said, yeah, go ahead. Not for me, of course, from PWCC, but there's 11,000. This is the biggest weekly auction yet. So PWCC said, hey, why don't we go out there and throw some credit in people's accounts, have them dig for some items, find some items, and sellers, if you are selling cards between like $25 and $100, I think tonight's a very fortunate night to have some of those cards in, because I know for myself, I threw a bid in on a card that, it's a Reece James. I shouldn't have said that card, but I may not have otherwise, looked to exactly buy tonight. So that's pretty cool for you all. If you can spend it tonight, it's either use it or lose it. So if you don't use it tonight, it's going to be out of your account. So feel free to go and drop those bids. But what I did want to point out is that if you do want to find all the raw cards on this platform, either tonight or going forward, I do not believe that there is a sort and filter to bring up specifically raw cards yet. From my knowledge, I believe that there probably will be one in the future. I'll figure it out for you all. But to do so, all you got to type into the search bar is NBA space, and then it's like the first four letters of authentic, AUTH. NBA space AUTH. That stands for NBA Authentic. That is the raw card marketplace right here. There's 51 different raw cards ending tonight. Some of them are the encased cards. So if you look here, there's like a Bill Russell. This is the silver bar, the platinum bar from Eminence 2019. It's a 1 of 1. It's a very cool card. As you can see here, there's a video, a high-res video that goes with it. So if I click view there, it's going to pull me into the actual item page. You can click on this video. You can play this video. You can expand the video. Nate, can you see that expanded?
I was looking at PWCC. I can.
All right, so yeah, so here's the video expanded. You can replay it if you want to by like clicking right there. I got to figure out how, oh, down here, I exit out of it. So there's a video. You can click through all the images. So here's an image of just the card with the back. This is the label, the MB Authentic label for the encased cards that goes in the back of the team bag. This is outside of the bag. But then this is really where you want to kind of focus in on. And we're going to look at plenty of these tonight. This is the condition report that comes with the card. So as you can see here, there is yellow corners in the top left, bottom left, and top right of the card. And that means that there is some sort of condition wear in those areas. It goes from yellow, which is the lightest wear, to orange, which is the medium wear, and then red, which is like bad. Like that's a bad corner ding. So 3 yellow corners would probably mean, you know, especially on a thick card, probably getting 8 at best, somewhere in that range. And that is just kind of a pure hypothesis based off of talking to Mike. Obviously, none of that's guaranteed. So don't buy this and say, oh, that 3 corners, every single one's gonna be an 8. That's not necessarily true. It's mostly just point out how bad or how good the condition is too. And you can zoom in on these high res pictures. I mean, you can get very close and see that top left corner. See there's some white showing there. And then in the back, you can see there's a yellow corner in the bottom left. So that's in general how they work. We'll look at some of the more of the raw cards ending tonight in a little bit. But something I really want to point out tonight is the soccer cards ending, because it is the World Cup. The World Cup auctions are running right now. It might have been random then. I guess there's a lot of comments here saying no credit.
Did you get one?
I did get one.
I did not.
You didn't? So Andrew got one. I was like, hey, Andrew, did you get a credit? And he said, yeah. And I think Hank did too in here. So Silky Mitt also got one. So it might have been random then. It might have had to do with interaction through your account. I'm not exactly sure.
Probably.
it could have, right? It could have.
Well, let me tell you, I don't deserve a $100 account for how many cards I've bought and sold through PWCC. That's for sure.
Well, personal account. We buy and sell plenty.
Personally, SlabStox does a ton. I just don't do a lot of buying and selling in general.
Yeah. And then we've got the no, there's a lot of comments in here I missed. A lot of people are pumped about Leo, and yes, official replacement for Julian. He's been let know that already.
Finally, I've been waiting for this day.
Is the heat map from AI or human analysis? Crollo, that is a great question. The heat map is from human analysis. So Mike and his team are using, grading as if PSA, SGC, those type of analysis is on the cards. It is not AI on the heat maps. And Tracy says, hope I win a few to use the credit I got. And then Merrick's Crave says, I didn't get credit. I have spent over $40,000 on this site. So it appears that's random. All right. You kind of go from many different people and different things. Totally random. And Matt says, are you guys going after J-Rod and Wander tonight? Matt, I do not know yet. We are going to have to see. I don't remember too many Wanders being included in this week that we were too into.
I don't remember saying too many either, so there's that.
Let's see here. Yeah, there's the Kaboom. Don't really want to buy a Kaboom, especially of Wander. And then you've got the gold PSA 10 we were talking about, but we were saying, right now probably going to leave that one behind. The SP2 just not rare enough for us at this moment to go out there and buy. We think stuff like that will be cheaper in the months following. Last week we were really interested in the Black Atomic Auto, but we did not end up getting that. The one out of Bowman Sterling. All right, here we go. So I want to quickly point out some of these different World Cup, not World Cup necessarily cards, but the different soccer cards ending tonight. I'm super excited about the World Cup. I'm definitely waking up early tomorrow to watch England and Iran. I hear Mason Mount is in line for the start, which is awesome. But so is Raheem Sterling, which is stupid. Bukayo Saka, that probably means is going to end up on the bench to start the game, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Bogus.
Yeah, you should definitely be starting over Raheem Sterling. But there are some really, really big cards in here. So like the Messi Mega Cracks 9.5, obviously a huge one. You've got this Messi. This is an Orange Refractor BGS 10 here. This is the very first Topps Chrome Champions League soccer set. This is one of the most important modern soccer cards that's ever been made, in my opinion. I'm a huge Topps Chrome fan. huge Champions League fan, so that really elevates it for me. It's currently at $6,000. Current bid before buyer's premium. We will see where that goes. You've got the 2016 Select Gold Auto of Messi right here. This one's numbered out of 10. It is a PSA 10. And surprisingly, there's actually 3 PSA 10s of that card. You would think that's actually a pretty difficult card to grade, but 3 PSA 10s does seem more than the average for a card like that. Now, this might be my very favorite card in this auction. Not one that we will be buying or able to buy right now, but is a Merlin 2020 red refractor, numbered off 10, Musiala, PSA 10. The amount of 10s that are going on in this card and red going on in this card, I love it. I absolutely love it.
You know what they say? Buy it, you coward.
No, that is quite expensive. So we have 1 minute until extended bidding. Of course, if you are on the platform, you can search up any cards you need to and bid on them to qualify for extended bidding. Like this Messi, we will not qualify for, but this Ronaldo, we will. And really quick on this Musiala, I want to point out that Red Wave out 5 PSA 10 recently sold for like $5 to $6 grand. He is in running for the best young player award at the FIFA World Cup for sure. He, in my opinion, is the leader, and I think Andrews as well. And our favorite, I should say, not leader, but favorite to win. Super excited to watch him for Germany. But this card right here, I really want this card. I don't know if we're gonna be able to buy it. It's quite expensive. I'm sure it's gonna go up even more, but it's gold out of 10, patch auto, numbered out of 10, PSA 8 of Cristiano Ronaldo. If he can win a World Cup for Portugal right now, this month and the next month, he has said that he is going to retire. No more going back to club after that.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's also kind of getting kicked out of Man United anyway, so it might just be a good way for him to like end his career on the highest note after coming to the World Cup on like one of the lowest notes. So like,
do they have this Portugal, right?
Yeah.
Do they have a chance?
Oh, serious chance. They're loaded. Their roster is loaded. They are in a difficult group with Uruguay, South Korea, and Ghana. Like it's probably the most difficult group or one of the most difficult groups. But I would love to see Portugal and Argentina in the final. Of course, I really want Messi to win it. I'm sure there's a lot of Ronaldo fans that want Ronaldo to win it, obviously. But I'd love to see Messi win it. There's a massive one right here. This is the Gold Kaboom PSA 9 Pulisic. It's the jersey number 10 out of 10. This is at $3,400 right now. And this card is a little interesting because it did sell for quite a bit more in the past. I don't know if it's the jersey number it sold for a lot more, but either way, one of the cards sold for a lot more. And to me, it doesn't really matter if it's the jersey number or if it's not, because if it sells for more and it drops a lot, I mean, it drops a lot regardless. And the thing here, at least to me, one, I don't know if people are super confident in the USA. I've seen Nate, get this. This is kind of funny. And everyone, let me know what you've been reading too. Let me know if you think that USA is going to make it out of the group stages if you're watching right now, right? Top 2 make out of the group. They're in the group with England, Wales, and Iran. But I saw Sky Sports today, like the British ESPN, basically.
Mm-hmm.
They made a post on Instagram with like their soccer analysts or football pundits, as they call them. They're like picks for the World Cup, the winner, the golden boot, all that different stuff. One of them was picking how far England will go and how far Wales will go. Okay, right? Both from the UK.
Mm-hmm.
They've got all 4 of them have England going to either the last 8 or the last 16. Or no, the last 4, the last 8 potentially, I think. Not even last 16. Last 4, last 8. And then for Wales, everyone has them going to the last 16 or the last 32, which means that none of them got USA coming out of the group stages.
Well, can you blame them?
No, I know it's just funny. It was I told my parents them, and my dad was like, "Well, did you expect them to pick him?" I'm like, "No, not really. I just find it funny." But my point here is that, and also he's not the captain, Nate. I don't know if you know that, but he's not the captain of the team. Tyler Adams is captain of the team.
Oh,
now Andrew told me that he might, and
is that like a terrible sign for?
Well, see, I saw that and I was kind of shocked at first, but Andrew's right. With a little bit more Andrew paying attention to the qualifiers that I did, he's like, hey, Tyler Adams is captain 7 of the last 12 matches for the United States. And he's like, maybe this allows Pulisic to just focus on the task at hand, scoring goals and taking us to the promised land. So we'll see. I don't know. But the bigger point here is less about the United States, more about kabooms. Whenever you see cards that get, go up quite a bit in price, in a short amount of time, especially kind of in a hot streak and then going into a market downturn, it doesn't seem to be a good combination. And that's just what it is. And the last sale on this card, for those wondering, was $15,600 on March 13th. So I kind of took a long time to build up to that, but it was quite a bit higher quite a bit higher. Peg Junk. Speaking of Team USA, any word on when PWCC is going to put that Pulisic card in my vault? Yes, Peg Junk, I need to get that to you. I need to get that to you, the Pulisic on-card auto. Please email me, and I have to work with them on that because the new raw cards have a different process, I believe, about transferring vaults than what the slabs do, which is why I haven't been able to do that yet, but I will get back to you on that. Alexi Lalas, I don't know who that is, Krollo. Apologies. Says USA makes it out, the kiss of death. So I guess that doesn't sound good. Matt Murray says that they're going to make it to the group stage or out of the group stage, losing the round of 16. And Manny, I am rooting for both teams to get the result to go through. I don't want to see Wales or Iran in the round of 16. If it means that there needs to be a draw for either team, then I'm all for that. But in all seriousness, I would absolutely love to see the USA do well in this. I mean, watching all this different stuff leading up to this, and of course, being American, that'd be great to see. It makes it exciting, especially watching, how dejected these players were after missing in 2018, especially Pulisic. It'd be great to see him kind of get some redemption, and I loved it. He's been playing well for Chelsea, I feel like, recently. He just hasn't been putting the ball in the net, but we'll see what happens there. One of the cards I'm actually very interested in tonight, depends on how our cards do tonight, because we do have actually 19 different cards selling tonight, some raw cards, some slabs. I'm very intrigued with this
highlights
card.
there.
Yes, I will highlight those next. I'm very intrigued with this card right here. This is the Mbappe on-card auto, number 30 PSN9. Now, France is down bad right now, dude. They are down Benzema.
Don't they have a ton of guys injured?
Yep. They lost Benzema and Nkunku once they got to training. They're replacing Nkunku with someone else. The coach is not taking a replacement for Benzema, which is kind of funny. Like, why would you not take another player just to take another player? Like, you have the opening, but he's not. And then they're also down Pogba, Conte, Kimpembe, and then one of their backup goalkeepers. So I don't know how France is going to do. It might not be good, but the question here is, it's like, this is a very nice auto on this specific card. They are not great on a lot of these cards. So to find with a decent auto, like, yeah, it's still not a 10 because it breaks right down there, but it's not bubbly. For what those things are signed for our release, it makes me pretty comfortable, I guess, to potentially buy one of those. There's a lot of other really amazing soccer cards that we'll cover, I'm sure, during the My Bidding section of this, because we do have a lot of qualifying bids out there. We will be giving away some cards tonight in celebration of the World Cup, different soccer slabs and stuff like that. But before moving on to the that portion, I want to talk about these raw cards. And oh dang, Chance, that's tough. Well, guess what, Chance? I just bought about 8 different Nkunku cards right before.
But was that for the World Cup, or was that for you?
No, it's for the pending Chelsea transfer, so I'm not that upset.
Yeah.
I know people who bought, Christopher Nkunku to sell at the World Cup are definitely more upset than I am. No, I bought him because I'm hopefully going to see him playing in a blue kit here pretty soon. But there are some raw cards I want to talk about. But first, I got to give a shout out. Every other week, it feels like we're bringing up Chicago Bulls Kobe White cards because of Big John. And I know that Big John's in the chat tonight. And Big John, the black wonderful, and Kobe White happens to be up and selling tonight. So before I talk about it too long, if you want, I hope you get it. But I just want to give a shout out to you because I saw that and I thought of you right away.
If you can afford it, because I know I couldn't.
Well, yeah, if you can, of course. But it's quite the cool card. It is quite the cool card. So some of these raw cards, let's start looking at these things and seeing what the condition reports say. And for this, like, there's multiple different ways you can do this. This card right here is one in the case. Once again, the design, you can see the video right there. It's very cool because you can actually see like where the holofoil is on the cards with the video, like something that I don't think that is very easily seeable on all scans. Some scans can see them, but for a card like this, a thick patch auto, it is very wise to go and view the condition reports, especially on the back of the card. So this back of this card is white. I think one of the biggest problems in buying raw cards, specifically on other platforms, like eBay, is a lot of cards that are white or light backgrounds. You have no idea what these corners actually look like. Like this, one of these corners, if this was the image you saw and that was it, not anything about condition report, and it could be smashed and you have no idea until you get it because it can't capture it on images. Now, when you do look at the condition reports, so it's going to be these things that have kind of got the 6 different squares on here. It breaks it up into not quadrants because there's not 4, I don't know what you call it, but 6 different squares. And there's nothing that is marked here on the front of the card. So what gets marked is the corners and the edges and all that stuff. And then the hope is I think with the video is how you can try to see some of the surface and all that stuff. But I do believe that they actually mark the surfaces too if the entire square is filled in. If the entire square is filled in, that would be a surface mark. If it's a line on the outside of the card, that would be an edge damage. And then if it's like a quarter circle on the corner, then that would be some corner damage. So right here, you can see on the Zion Williamson 1-in-1 patch auto, it's got a yellow in the bottom left corner. But to me, like when I see this, now, yes, nothing's guaranteed. When I see a thick patch auto like this from 1-in-1 that has one yellow corner mark, I'm almost like, man, that'd be a fun card to try buying grade. Like that would be a fun card to try buying grade because, with the thick cards and especially the backs, the corners, I just, from my estimation and grading a lot of cards, do not have as much weight on the grade as the front of the card. I think that's true for multiple grading companies. I don't think that's just true for one or the other, at least from what I've been able to tell. Silky, I believe in my math class, is called a sextant when it has 6 sections. Look at that.
There you go.
Thanks for helping me out. I had no idea about that. But for my estimation, the back corners, what I've been able to tell, they're just not as impactful in the overall grid. I do think a card like this, buying it, you can get a lot of value out of it, knowing what the condition is before buying, which is such an
question for you. Are we going to try it?
Nate, I was going to place a qualifying bid. I did not place a qualifying bid. It's a sticker auto. I just get so turned away from when there are actually options out there that are on card is the thing. So my thought was, yes, try it because I think it'd be fun to see what would happen, but not on that one. We can maybe find a
maybe a cheaper one. Yeah.
Yeah. And also in the, like, there's going to be more raw cards hitting the auction here, like a lot more, to where like right now we're going to kind of look and see the tutorial behind it, the why behind it, and maybe some decisions you can make. But in the future, there's definitely gonna be more cards available to buy. Interesting thing here is that I actually favor this one. Yes, it's a slab, and this is just unfortunate timing on my part. This BGS 8.5 Noir, Luka and Trae Young, number 99 dual jersey rookie. We've got the exact same card. Ours is the raw one, and I put it up for sale. And I know, like, what are the odds that this exact same card will be going up for sale for the first time in 10 months? One hasn't sold since January. I was so pumped about that, Nate. And in the not only ending in the same weekend, but in the exact same auction, there's a BGS 8.5 going up against the Raw. So honestly, it's doing pretty well, all things considered. Especially against the 8.5. Like, it's not cheap necessarily to grade a card like that with BGS, but here, like at 165, and for it to be a $3 fee for the Raw card, I'm not too upset about that. And we'll see where it goes from here, obviously. But this one,
what if it outsells the BGS 8.5?
Heck, $3 all day then. But this one I want to point out, and maybe you saw our Instagram reels for today. Maybe you saw us post about this in the other Instagram reels too. But this card is ours. It is a 2015 Upper Deck Premier Silver Spectrum RPA number of 65. It's a beautiful card. You can see it there in the video of Mikko Rantanen. He's one of the best players in the Colorado Avalanche. This card, I did not grade for specific reason, right? Like, I think a lot of the times when you sell raw cards, you got to decide, like, hey, am I going to grade this? Am I not going to grade it? And then if you aren't going to grade it, you have to say, okay, I'm going to sell this card, but why didn't I grade it? What type of condition issues are there? How do I actually disclose those? How do I get pictures that show them? There's a lot of like question marks that are very difficult to answer. I feel like sometimes, like, it's not necessarily difficult to do it. It's just like how, what's the exact process that maybe people aren't familiar with. Here, I didn't want to grade because I knew that there's some damage on the back corners because it's a very thick card. There's some gray spots in the back, and it's kind of easy to see the damage. So I sent it into here because I knew that I was going to have the condition report. I knew it was going to detail the problems with it, and the front's perfect. I mean, the front was beautiful, as you can see in the video. Looked great. The patch is tremendous, but on the back, there's quite a bit of things wrong with it, right? Like, there's yellow on 3 of the 4 corners. There's yellow on 2 of the 4 edges. So yeah, this card would not grade awesome, but this also is not a card that has to be graded too, which I think is the important part. Like, I think a lot of people, including myself at times, thinks, oh, that card's got to be slabbed. Otherwise, either there's not much use for it and not many other people want it. But I do feel like now with this option, with the raw card marketplace, with the condition reports, with the ability for people to actually see what they're buying, and myself as a seller, knowing that whoever buys this has the ability to see that, there's not going to be a return on this. Like, there's a very real possibility that if I sold this, Nate, someone get this in their hands and like, it's not even going to get a 9. I don't want it, send it back.
Yeah.
And that's happened to everyone. I guarantee you, like, if you've sold cards elsewhere, if you sold cards on eBay, like over 75% of the people in this chat or watching or listening later probably had that experience before. No fault necessarily to seller. I mean, sometimes there is fault, but here it's all covered. It's all covered and it's all wrapped into the equation. It's doing pretty well right now. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with that. I think I bought for a little bit less than that at the National, which is good to see. And we'll see where it goes in extended bidding. So that's a cool one. This is one of the nicer raw cards in that's not encased in the auction tonight. This is a Jalen Hurts. This is an Optic Contenders orange number 50 rookie. And this is one where you look at I forgot. So to actually see the heat map, I should point this out. You can't see it on the preview page. There's just not enough image space available. So you just click view details and then it takes you down here to the very bottom. So this one's got no markings on the front, no markings on the back. And then what do you say?
I said buy it.
I don't think I have a bid on this one either. The thing is, though, is remember, yes, there's no fronting markings on the front or back for surface, edges, or corners, but you got to use your eyes, right? You got to look at the centering. You have to understand, is it off left to right? Is it off top to bottom? That is not what they're showing, because that is
a real quick glance. It looks pretty good.
And to be honest, Nate, you're right. Like, this is a lot better than a lot of Optic Contenders non-autos. A lot of them look pretty bad. So it's a pretty good card, and if whoever buys it, I hope you take a chance to grade it, because it looks beautiful, and I think it might work out. There's also a blue one of the exact same card.
Wait, click on that blue one so we can see this centering on that. See if we can tell a difference.
Sure deal. Sure thing. This one looks great too. This one looks good also.
Yeah.
This one though does have yellow on the back bottom left corner, so my estimation is that's pretty possible to get a 9 on. Of course, it's still possible to get 9s on stuff that has nothing on the back. And that's just kind of what goes into grading, right? Like, sometimes you get a card back and you're like, yo, why is that like that? But that would just be the case there. And mostly, actually, the centering is pretty. Here we go. This is probably a better example, maybe a little bit better. This Joe Burrow is a little bit more off left to right potentially, but this one's actually not bad either. That was a fail. There's like 4 Jalen Hurts ending tonight, though. One of these have got to be. Here we go. All right, there we go. This one's much better. So for those who have not maybe done too much centering analysis on cards,
look how thick that is.
Yeah, this one's really poor. You can see that, like, this left border here, very, very thick compared to the top, compared to the bottom, and you can kind of see the sliver on the right border here next to Jalen Hurts himself. This would be one where, no markings on the front, no markings on the back, but you kind of know, like, hey, this could still end up being a card that doesn't do so well. Joe, appreciate you. I'm glad that you enjoyed the show tonight. What's up, Magic? And S. Fleming said, maybe I missed it. Are there any raw soccer? How do I get that to view? That's a great question. Let's go and see. Let's go through the process and see if there are any. I do not believe that there is many, though, however. Okay, so let's say we start here on all items. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to sort and filters, and I'm going to click category. I'm going to click soccer. And just for tonight's sake, I'm going to click on weekly auction number 44. I'm going to click apply. You can search both this week and next week. There's like nearly 20,000 items ending each week. So what you're going to do is you're going to type in NBA space AUTH. That stands for NBA Authentic. And that is how you're going to be able to actually find these cards. Right now, I'm sure they're going to build in a filter that you can actually select all the raw cards. But do that. And there actually is one ending tonight. I did bid on this. So this is the Canvas Creations Hoyman Son on-card auto. I absolutely love this set. There's a Bukayo Saka in this set as well. Used to own it. Here's the video that goes along with it. Absolutely tremendous card on card
you
auto.
own the Saka?
I remember I had it at the National. We talked about this actually on a different Flip Quest show, and then someone walked up to the booth that sold for $75 like 30 minutes later, or profit $75 and profit 30 minutes later.
Can't blame you.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you said last time too. But once you get to the Saka, you can click on the front scan. You can see, okay, there's some yellow on the top left. So now you're gonna go back to the high res scan, zoom in, and yeah, you can see that yellow there. Let's play the video really quick and see. Maybe you can kind of pick it up in the video too, and you can see it on there. It's just right at the top left. There's a little nick on it, and then you look at the back, and this is where it pays off like mega. To see damage on white corners. I don't know if anyone's graded a lot of cards and can also kind of attest to this. it's very difficult to see unless you hold it under like a floodlight, like what's above my head right now. Even just a normal room lighting is very difficult to tell that. Oh, Nate, you got some noises going on.
Well, here, 1 second. You're gonna have to hear this because I tried doing it with. Oh wait, no, I can do it on my phone. Just kidding.
Okay. But it's hard to see it in room light, the damage on white corners. So this is like very, 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 very positive. It's very, very hard to pick up on cameras, but they see it when they're analyzing. They do have really good lighting in the room. We were there, we saw it. And it's good to know that. I mean, this really does bring confidence to buying raw cards in a huge way, massive way, and selling them like I just explained earlier.
Yeah, I tried to turn on Do Not Disturb on my computer earlier by muting my mic so you didn't have to hear it, but it turned out if I mute my mic, then my computer won't hear me either.
Okay, I got you. That makes sense. That does make sense.
Yeah.
Corlo goes, Sexton plays for the Jazz now. Colin Sexton does. Joe Rivera, my first question was, what are the chances the companies are trying to nail the centering or the cut passes manipulated? So, Joe, I think this question, Joe, is kind of aiming towards like, are grading card companies really trying to nail you as a customer trying to grade your cards on centering? And my response to that is it really all depends what the company you're grading with. And that's just been gathered by experience with me over the years. Other people might have different opinions. I found out that PSA is extremely lenient on centering. I've seen PSA 10 Silver Lucas that look like they get 8s elsewhere. BGS and SGC, I haven't graded BGS in a long time. I don't find much value in the grading anymore. Yes, I will still buy a BGS graded card, but at least for my self grading, not much at all. If there really is none, to me. I know other people's opinions differ, but for SGC, they also are strict on the centering too of the cards. So PSA is quite lenient. And then this is also a great question here. What do you think the market value increases is in having the NBA certification? I love it for raw card prospecting. So Tech, the whole deal with the raw cards is that if they're in the vault, they will stay in that exact same case like that with the label if they're in the PWCC vault. The moment you might fulfill the raw card to yourself or maybe sell it and someone else who buys it from you fulfills it and goes elsewhere, once it leaves the PWCC vault, it gets a hole punch through the top of the label. So in that case, like, it was authenticated in the PWCC vault, but they don't want this to be seen as like it was like graded and like, oh, like I can go and see, what they graded at. It's really meant to be, authenticated. And when you buy it in the vault,
But
it's in the vault.
Can I send it to grading from there?
So yes, you do have the option to send a grading through most of the grading companies through here too, and we'll talk about that more in future episodes as well. Right through the vault. But the thing about the raw cards too is that as a seller, it depends on obviously what kind of the condition report looks like. It could lead to higher sales values too, for the cards, and that's not necessarily true for all of them. But I do want to point out that we do have a raw card in here that is really outkicking its coverage compared to.
Hey, like me.
I was waiting for that. That is really outkicking its coverage compared to the other sales on different platforms. So this is the raw Ellie De La Cruz Bowman Mega. I specifically looked it up today to see what this is sold for, and it's sold for around $20, $21, $18, like $17, all around that range on eBay. And here the current bid is $26, extended into the next window. But this specific card, it does have a clean heat map, right? Like, so like people who buy this are probably going and looking at graded copies and saying, okay, if I take this, if I submit it to PSA, if I submit it to SGC, what am I going to expect out of it, right? So like, this is a type of card where for us, I'm very happy to sell it here for.
Is there an extra like dollar on top of that for
the seller net?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, they're probably once it hits over 50, Nate.
28. Okay. Because that's $18 realized value for the old Flip Quest.
Yeah, what did you get that at?
$10.
So Nate got this for $10.
Yep.
At the National, and we just dropped it off like a week ago, and here we are, and $28 right there, current bid, and looking good. So obviously, there's another. So for the raw cards as a seller, there is a $3 charge on top of it. However, I mean, dropping off like nearly 50 to 100 cards, I'll never take the time to list those myself. And if it's going to get me more money too, in this case with Ellie De La Cruz, that's a W. That is an absolute W.
Yep.
Oh, holy smokes. You see that?
Whoa, that jumped up $100, and it's higher. It's higher than the BGS 8.5.
Keep going, buddy. Keep going.
Let's go.
Yes, Mike Brown. That's a massive point. So yes, all raw cards on the marketplace have a heat map. I believe it. Yeah, all of them do. So let's go and look. Let's there's raw cards that are very cheap on here right now, like a $16 Mitchell Robinson. Oops, sorry, you got to click view details. You go and then you see here, this one happens to have a fully clean one. This one did come from Panib's manufacturing plant with the seal, so it's not really a surprise.
I'm shocked that it came clean.
Well, honestly, it's a great point, Nate. And then there's a Kobe White one auto there too. But like, where's another like super cheaper card? Here you go, Jalen Hurts. This is a Donruss jersey, so this is from just the base Donruss set, the rookie phenoms. It's at $11 right now. But this one does so right. So here it is on like a different card, not like an expensive one. Top left corner, back, top left, right, and bottom right. So you can look at it two ways. One way, if you're a collector, you might say, "Well, I can get this at a nice deal because there's some condition things on. I know that. I know I'm going to get a nice deal on it, just add to my collection." On the other hand, if you're trying to buy it, grade it, sell it, you kind of know, hey.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Mike said when we talked to him that he is marking it if he thinks it's going to get an 8 or lower.
No, correct? I try to. So what Mike was talking about was that given the amount of on the specific car we were talking about, there was like 2 or more corner dings, I think, on it. That is like in essence around an 8 or lower, right? So it's not that it will. So it could get us anywhere between like a 6 to an 8, I think is what he's talking about, like on our Miko Ronsonen card, the patch it's selling tonight. So it varies. It varies, obviously, but like you can kind of, and obviously some of this is going to take trial and error in our part too. Like, right, like it could be a nice method if we do buy a few raw cards and we see that there's 2 yellow dings on the back, and then we send it to SGC and see what it gets and comes back, is like that's the type of thing where it just takes a little bit of the actual doing of it to really understand it. Speaking of doing and understanding, we need to get on some bids here.
I was going to remind you like 5 minutes ago that we had 10 minutes, and now you have 5 minutes.
So we've got our Toma sales is looking pretty decent tonight, and we've got more cards selling next week too. A couple
going after the Mbappe.
Yeah, a couple different soccer ones I was talking about that we're gonna sell, around this World Cup. In previous episodes we talked about them, but yeah, I'm very hoping so that this week's and next week's could almost like cover this Mbappe, especially given it has no other bids right now.
Question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Question. I understand the appeal.
Are you gonna say it's gonna drop further after the World Cup?
But considering you just talked about how most of his team is injured and they are likely to be out in like group stage because of his team being injured.
No. They're not likely to be out in group stage.
That was your words, not mine.
I did not say that.
Just kidding.
I take that very seriously.
Well, would you rather triple dip into Holland at this point because he's not playing?
Speaking of Holland, we've got our Gold Wave SGC 10 actually selling tonight. I forgot to point that one out. And that one's actually doing pretty well right now. It's at a 260 current bid, pre-buyers premium over 300. We are triple dipped into Holland. We are not dipped into Mbappe at all. And these on-card autos, to me right now, the on-card autos of Mbappe from Topps Chrome released, and they're so expensive. The boxes were over $15,000. The autos were selling for like 7 to 10K. They have dropped quite a bit amount. And I really think that like picking up a nice auto with a color and a nice grade is a good idea right now. And maybe it's not a good idea to sell in 4 months from now because, we don't necessarily know what's going to happen with the overall economy, as we've spoken about in the past. But I do really think that these first on-card autos, National Treasures just released, Prism just released. Yes, there's more autos of Mbappe into the market now than there were when the set released. But I think it's a really good storm for these cards to be had at like decently low values right now. And maybe if it's not the speckle out of 30 because it is, nearly 3K right now, if we were to bid on it, although it does have a really nice auto, and it is a super nice parallel in my opinion. Maybe it's this one, the Wave right here out of 50, which is at 1575. Either way, I really think it's a good idea. Like I think especially because we have the Holland on card autos to get one of, or we have 3 of the Hollands, but to get one of the Mbappe's is, I
Okay.
think we should do it because I think
I'll
that
go with it. Just wanted to hear your
he's like, bro, chill, just chill, bro.
your reasoning.
Um, and that's the other thing too. Andrew's right. Maybe it hurts France's chances at the World Cup, but does it help his chances at winning the Golden Boot? With the injuries, does Mbappe get even more of the ball? That would be awesome. It could, right? It could. Maybe he scores more goals, and we from there we'll see. There's a lot of questions
Well,
coming.
has
Though,
the other one extended the out of 30? Because I don't think it extended yet,
Oh
right?
no, it didn't. And then I did have some values on that out of 30 written down. Thought I did at least. Oh no, I didn't, because I don't think any have actually sold. The last raw out of 50 did $3,000. The wave.
All right, so 30 out of 30 PSA 9 should
Yeah,
do more than
dude.
that, right?
Yeah, no, I for sure think
But
so. If
also,
not, then
if a raw did that, and that's a PSA 9 out of 50, also
yeah, the other one is. So the other one's a great buy right now too.
a great deal.
It's almost like we're doing the Holland all over again.
So yeah, yeah, let's do it.
Let's
Don't
do
even
it.
think about it.
Don't even think, just do. That's words that I live by. I don't know about you normally, but
No, it's not usually words I live by.
okay, well,
And never do. It's words I live by.
think too much and then forget and then don't do. It's like Trey Young. I remember how many times you're like, "Hey, Trey Young, I like that guy."
Ugh, I have some regrets, but Trey Young is a big regret because he was so cheap and I loved him and I hated everyone that was like, "Oh, you can't do anything besides shoot threes." I'm like, "You're an idiot. You didn't watch him in college."
He's such a good passer. His court vision's very good.
Mhm.
All right, there are some questions here, so Nate, make sure to help out with moderating that. But Midwestern Boy says, "Bingo! I've been going nuts with the $15 special and sent on lots of SlabStox $18 SGC for the modern flips." Midwestern Boy, thank you so much for grading with us at SGC. That does mean a lot. Let's see here. There was one here from Just Digging It. You may have answered this, but if I send in cards to sell and they find that they're high grade ones, can I have it graded? Yes, Just Digging It. So that is also a possibility. Like, you might be like, oh, I want to just see what the conditions like. Maybe it's like a $300 card and you're like, it's worth a small amount of dollars to see that heat map. If you decide to keep it in your vault or take it and then send it into the grading processes, it's a $6 fee. So it's $3 if you just send it straight to auction. That's not including the selling fees, just to be very clear. $3 fee, which for me, it saves hours of time and it's so well worth it. I know maybe that's not the case for everyone, but for me, and I think for a lot of people, it is. But if you do want to keep it in your vault, yes, it's a $6 charge. So for us, I'll be selling most of the stuff. Axel said, "Hey, Aaron, do you end up winning the 1930s Italy card? I'm still gutted about it." I think that what Axel is referencing is last week when I ended up winning the final card. Axel, we were not bidding on that card. I feel terrible. Axel probably thought for a week, Nate, that we were bidding against him and kept him from getting the card. Axel, what happened was Nate chose, I think, the 1930s card to be the final card left in the auction at the very end. So Nate chose it, meaning just hypothetically, like, hey, I think this card's going to be the last one. We weren't bidding on it.
Wait, no, I was Pokemon. Remember? Didn't you?
Oh, you were cheering for it because it would have kept me from winning.
Yes, that's what it was.
That's what it was. Well,
Hey,
no.
real quick, just to make sure we're clear on your point, I think you said, it's $3 per card, and if you decide to keep it in the vault, it's a $6 fee.
Yeah.
It is just $3 extra on top, right? It's not $3 and then $6.
No, it's just it's 3 extra, so it's 6. It's either 3.
Yeah.
So basically, I believe it's I heard that it actually might. I'm looking right now. Yeah, so it's $3 if you submit it to be sold by a weekly or premier auction or sold on the fixed price marketplace within 30 days. Otherwise, it's $6 to keep it vaulted. So you have a 30-day window to decide when to sell it. Otherwise, if you don't decide to sell it, then it just stays in your.
Then it's $3 extra to keep it in the vault. Forever. A one-time fee.
It doesn't app to 9. This Ronaldo blue is actually. I mean, I don't have any real want to buy Ronaldo right now, but it seems about in line with the last PSA 10 sale. Maybe it would sell for a little bit more than that, but after buyer's premium, it's already over 1,000 actually. Oh man, dude, Ben Simmons NTs at 520.05. That's crazy. That's crazy. He actually had a decent game the other day. His first
Yeah,
decent
he
game in like 5 years. No, it's not that long.
did.
Oh man. Nate, can you believe that I was getting clowned on Twitter for buying a Martinelli card because I like the metal card?
You're getting clowned by
Yeah.
who?
Someone on Twitter, and I don't want to name names. And
Because
I
they
don't
don't
know.
like Martinelli?
No, they are an Arsenal fan and Martinelli PC collector. They think you're a fake Arsenal fan, and they think that I bought Martinelli to give people advice to buy Martinelli. I didn't say that once. All I said was I like this card because it's metal, and you started
Oh, they think
clowning.
I'm a fake Arsenal fan?
Yeah.
They'd be pretty legit.
I make fun of you for that every week.
I pretty much admitted it to you.
I know exactly, but this is a sick card right here. Blue Shimmer of 8, PS8. Newt says SlabStox GOAT. Newt, you are the bomb. And also shout out to everyone that follows us on Instagram or interacts with our content on Instagram, which there's a lot of it out there. 62,000 followers say it's really, really amazing to see. We're very thankful for it. And without you all, especially here too tonight, there would not be any SlabStox. So it means a lot to us to have you all coming out here on Sunday night, every Sunday night, to watch this show, to interact with this show. Because like I said, without you all, there is no SlabStox, and we do this for you all. I mean, we try to put as much content out there as we can to help the community as possible. It's been the mission since day one, and we're still doing that today, and we're gonna still keep on doing it going forward. Holy Steele! I don't care if he isn't on the English team.
Look at
Dude.
this. Look at this fellow bald head on the right side.
Oh, Arjen Robben?
Yeah.
Come on, get this bid through. What's going on here? This is a little concerning, I'm not gonna lie. Can I get a bid in 5 seconds if it reloads? Oh, I did get it in. No, I didn't. Someone else did.
Ew.
That's the PSA 10 Jay and Sancho rookie at 65. Those used to sell raw for like way more than that, and the last PSA 10 sold for like $2,000.
Please refresh page.
Yeah, so I'm gonna click the next page. All right, it looks like we're good. We're back up and going. All right, moment of truth.
Oh, you're not the only one that is having bidding problems tonight.
Someone's that took over 2 minutes.
Chance, and Jordan, and Hansel.
Well, let's see. Let's go place a bid on a different item, and see what's up. Hopefully, all is okay. I know this is the biggest auction yet, obviously. So hopefully, that everything maintains server wise and is all good. And I forgot about all the smaller ones ending 2 for the giveaways, but I did already win 2 giveaways, which is good.
Good.
Briel and Bolo, I forgot what national team he plays on. He plays for Switzerland, but he's born in Cameroon. Both teams in the World Cup. Plays in Switzerland. That's a nice little one right there. Field level at 49. Serginho Dest. Try to get a couple nice.
Well, looks like everyone in the chat is having bidding issues currently.
Is everyone throwing in chat?
Oh boy.
See. Well, let's hope that there is a.
Well, we might not be getting Mbappe this week.
No, I hope so.
But we hold out hope. Hey, yeah. how's our sale price cards doing?
Oh wait, no, I said Bill's bid still processing. I will find out if there's anything that can be done right now.
Okay.
Nate, I forgot to ask you about this at the very start, but we try to kind of debrief on this and figure out what's going on. What's up, Adam? How we doing, Adam? Good to see you. Nate, Packers 1-10.
Who's Adam?
Adam Blumenthal.
Oh,
big
way up there.
Yeah, no, I know. With all the soccer cards at our table at the National. Shout out to Adam. Sick case. Packers, bro. I'm at a -5.
Here's where I'm at. All right. Number one, the NFL doesn't make sense. We lose by 5 to the Giants. We lose by 5 to the Lions. Lions smoked the Giants today. We beat the Cowboys last week. They go in and they absolutely obliterate the Vikings. I mean, just destroy them. And so, like, I don't know what to make of the NFL. I don't know who is good. I don't know who is bad. I mean, the Bills just lost to the Vikings, and the Vikings get destroyed by the Cowboys, who lost to the Packers, who lost to the Lions. It's a whole mess. That being said, I'm going to give you some silver lining here, okay?
All right.
You ready for silver lining?
Yeah.
Christian Watson, good. Romeo Dobbs, good. Quay Walker, good. Zach Tom, looking like a future offensive line starter for many years, good. We still have a bunch of our young defensive pieces in place. If we can get Joel Berry out of there and get somebody that actually knows how to use them in place, that should be good. Running backs still good. The problem is we don't know how to use our defense, and Aaron Rodgers and the wide receivers just aren't on the same page, and they're young. So we let Aaron Rodgers retire at the end of the year. We have a nice high draft pick. We lose out the rest of the way. We have a nice high draft pick. We grab whatever position we need outside of quarterback. We let Jordan Love play for a year. We find out if he's the real deal or not. And then if he's not, we should have another high draft pick to be able to draft a QB at that point if he's not the real deal. And if he is, well, we just got a super talented player, and we have young guys that should be progressing along with some vets that are good. So silver lining, let's lose out the rest of the year, get that high draft pick, and go from there.
Thanks, Nate, for that rundown. What I saw was we can't build a momentum. We get within 3, we stink.
Mm-hmm.
No. Let me try to sign back in again. I put in the necessary text and everything that need to be placed to try to figure out anything that's going on. I am sure if there's anything that is not working like definitively, which it seems like that might be the case right now, that there will be something done to make sure that this is all run fairly and smoothly. This did happen once before a long time ago. It was pretty close to the beginning of the year, like in February. And I know that cards affected by it, they were able to figure out what they were and make sure that they were able to, run their due process on the auction and everything like that with those cards. So I hope that this can be I don't know if obviously fixed right now, but that all that stuff is able to be solved for everyone. Selling cards, buying cards, and all the like. I know this does affect a lot of people right now. So for us, it's like if I could do something right now to help fix this, I would immediately. All I know is that we got a bid on this Mbappe, so we were in the lead on that before. But also, I feel like we were winning for more than this. Maybe not. I guess maybe that was. Yeah, maybe not actually. Maybe we weren't. We'll see if we win the other one. Go back to the bomb and see if I can do something and place a bid.
While you're going through that, multiple comments about the 2023 draft being great for QB, so it might be worth just drafting a QB this year. And if that's the case, then trade Jordan Love away for a second, third round pick, whatever you can get, and load up more talent for it. Not a third round pick. The Packers haven't been able to draft a good third round pick in like quite literally my entire life. So maybe get me like a 4th and a 5th or a 2nd or something for Jordan Love and call it a day. I could go for that.
Okay. So the bid did go through on the Breel and Bolo. Like we are winning that, although originally I thought we weren't. Yeah, I'm not sure. It seems like that it's a hit and miss right now for sure. Someone said, "Ooh." Dwayne says rumor has it they couldn't even get a 3rd or 4th for Love this past offseason.
Yeah, but now he's had an extra year and looks a little bit better in the preseason and in his brief appearance against the Vikings. So all I'm saying is jack that price up a little bit.
So here's the deal. Like, yes, it's not working as smoothly as it normally does or particularly properly, but like this also a bid went through on the Serginho desk. So I don't know what level they're looking at this behind the scenes right now. I would let you all know if I could as soon as possible. But I would suggest if there is a card you really want to keep on trying to place bids because it does go through. It just might not look as smooth as it normally does. But I would suggest to do that and see if that works. Other thing we're gonna get up in on the other Mbappe.
You know, all that talk about the Mavericks, Luka Doncic, MVP, Mavericks, this and that. Now, I know Giannis has not been playing well lately, so, like, not even going to go there with it. The Mavs are now 9-7.
That team is garbage, dude. I looked at that roster top to bottom today.
Wait, you don't like a team with their second star being one of Christian Wood, Spencer Dinwiddie, or Tim Hardaway Jr.?
Yeah, correct. I don't. No, yeah, it's not good. But I mean, I don't know. Like, you look at that roster and you say, how do they not have room for something more?
Oh,
But
Adam, that might be Adam, that might be what they're doing is they're just keeping extending the maybe the bids aren't going through, but it just keeps extending so that it doesn't close.
I don't know. Like I said,
Mavs are wasting Luka like the Packers wasted Rodgers. He should come to Milwaukee. Luka should come to Milwaukee. That's my idea.
Can you imagine that?
I could. That'd be very fun.
That'd be insane.
Also, did you know Luka's like the 4th best or most efficient post scorer in the NBA this year?
Lucas?
Luka.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on what Jefferson's stock is going to do after today? He rose in value quickly with a miraculous catch and then the 43 loss today. Think it could have an immediate impact. Midwestern boy, like this is not to talk down Justin Jefferson at all. It's not. I know I'm Packer fan. What?
Because he's amazing.
Yeah, because he is amazing. I'm agreeing. But yes, I mean, anytime a player's values just skyrocket because of one game, and then if the next game is utterly garbage for the entire team, yes, I do foresee.
Yeah, he had 33 yards today.
Right. And that's not, maybe the team just obviously did awful and he is really good, but I do foresee the market just to cool down. I mean, you got to keep up that 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to really do something. Yeah, Cam, I will try to let you know as soon as I can. Cam, I just don't have the answers to that right now, and I wish I could answer everything with a crystal ball. I'm trying.
Well, should we take our guesses on final card right now? Then?
Yeah, check back with us a week from
now. Hey, you won last week, right? So you're riding high.
Riding very high right now.
Some said it couldn't happen, but you proved us all wrong. And then you got a new dog as a reward. Wow, what a week for Aaron Nowak.
That is exactly what happened. It was because of the fact that I got it right.
Yeah. Otherwise, it wasn't going to happen.
Let me see here. I'm going to go on a second browser at the same time and see if that makes any difference. Is just about everyone having issues with bidding? Just let me know. That might help too, because like for some reason, like I look at this Mbappe, I saw 1850, but now it says 1975. So clearly,
so it is moving up.
Yeah, so like bids are being placed, but like I did feel like that I wasn't able to like place a bid there, and I feel like that more people probably feel that same way right now. I just want to make sure.
Man, look at all these people coming in here and bragging about the $100 they got. Not me. I didn't get $100.
So Asian Punk had a bid gone through, but that was about one of the first 6 that responded. I'm trying to bid in a separate browser right now to see if, like I said, that does make any difference at all.
Jerry says bids are kind of working. Vincent, you got $100 too? Did you buy one of those many Jason Dominguez's ending this week?
Oh, that's right. He texted me too about that.
If Vincent didn't buy a Jason Dominguez ending this week with that extra 100, he's a fake Yankees fan. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about it.
He's a fake.
Oh, he said yes, sir. He's not a fake Yankees fan. I had no doubts. Vincent.
I don't know. It sounded like you're doubting him.
No, not me.
Yeah, I mean the interesting thing is also I feel like we've been winning this one Mbappe for the last 10 minutes at the same price. Like I'm trying to figure out as much as I can right now, everyone. Please just stand by.
Tell you what, if you don't figure it out in the next 2 minutes, I open this Stadium Club Chrome box as retribution.
Angel, this is a good
You're on the
time.
clock.
Angel, this is a good time for me to show you how you do that. So if you go to the left and you click sort and filters, you click status here. You can scroll down. You can click high bidder if you want to see what you're winning. You know, at the highest bidder end, you can click 1. If you click apply, you will be able to. Well, normally it should load here. There we go. Oh, that actually is summing up all the other weekly winnings. But if you do click just number 44, you can see what you won tonight. We won 2 of these cards that we were going to give away, and we still will. LeBron, the Prismatic Fast Break PSA from this year's Prism. And then the Barcelona logo, which I actually think is sick, from 2008 Mega Cracks. Steven, what happened to the card after you try to bid on it and it didn't go through? Because there's some cards I'm bidding on that it either does go through or it doesn't. The price is increasing. Like this Mbappe right here just did increase another $50. And then there's others I feel like haven't increased and are still moving on to the next window, potentially without a bid. So I guess I'm trying to gather as much feedback as possible to maybe help out as much as possible to make sure it's smooth or things can be fixed or be handled properly.
It's nice that we won the giveaway cards, though.
Yeah. Okay. Cam says Cam believes if you bid, the time extends, but the amounts don't change. Throw it. Thoughts on Holland on-card sticker auto? That is an oxymoron, but we will discuss how much is it worth. So to have an on-card sticker auto would essentially be impossible, unless they signed it twice, one on card, and they stuck a sticker.
So nice, they signed it twice.
But we have a few different on-card Mbappe or Holland autos. Really like them. They're technically not rookies, but they, in our opinion, are very solid cards. They're sticker autos of Holland, both rookies and non-rookies. If you're going to get the rookies, go for it. There's a Holland PSA 10 auto ending tonight. For us, I really like the on cards versus maybe some of the other stickers, but that's just myself. I know a lot of people like the Bundesliga auto. It is a sticker auto. And yep.
Have you tried refreshing the page?
I
recently?
have.
Okay.
I have. I also am on.
Not like changing pages, legit clicking the refresh button.
I did click the refresh. I don't want to ban that Messi, but that is a sick Messi Jumpman logo. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out whatever I can right now. They are aware. Just to let everyone know they are aware and they are looking into it ASAP right now. So like we were outbid on this Mbappe. Obviously that means that someone else bid on it. But let's see if I can rebid on it or maybe bid on this other cheaper one, the Wave.
Messi orange closed.
Yes, I did see the Messi orange close a couple windows ago. Jay, I would happen to think that this is maybe less of a personal tech like cash or something like that, more of a server thing. Like this. I wish that everything was working smoothly. Obviously, everyone does. But it was the biggest one yet, most items yet. I presume most bidders yet as well, especially with randomly, having people have $100 in credit to spend and stuff. So, they are going to keep us updated as much as they can right now. Is the wording I have. They have a bunch of people looking into it and trying to figure out what's going on and hopefully fix things and obviously kind of look at stuff that maybe went wrong and everything.
In the meantime, should we entertain the masses?
What else, do you have any blasters or no?
No, it was just this.
Oh, if you have the blasters, I mean, I was gonna say, heck of sure.
Honestly, with the
it's all
prices
good, Joe.
nowadays, the Merlin blasters are getting close.
Well, so someone pointed out like, hey, if you bid on it, it'll like. I'm a little curious. I mean, the price isn't bad on this one right now, but like if I do bid on this, I don't feel like my bid's gonna register. But would that turn this to green? And would it move it to the next window? That's the question. Because this one did no.
Do you want to bid on it?
No, see, I do want this one. Like I tried to bid like the 2,600 or whatever on this one. I'd rather get this one for like $1,500 less, just being a wave and not 50. Like I don't need the 20 less copies for $1,500. But yeah.
Yeah. Magic asked about Topps Chrome Cosmic, and I'm not gonna lie, Magic, I haven't looked up any prices, so I will look them up here. But
you see it, the Albert Pujols Superfractor I was pulled.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sick card.
Paul Goldschmidt auto, $59. I just messed that up. Goldschmidt, $59. Pete Alonso orange, $240, which is probably a bit too expensive.
Otani on card refractor sold for $700. I think is the variation. It's a sick card though. I think it looks awesome.
Pools orange for $500. Like there's some big names that you obviously want to hit, but you can also hit a Mitch Haniger orange auto and get $87 for it. Jaron Duran orange auto. He was in my bad section if you listen to the Daily Slab the other day, and his orange auto went for $41, and that's a rookie auto, which is depressing. So like there's obviously huge cards. Like obviously you want the Pujols, you want the Trout, you want the Soto and all that type of stuff, and the cards look really good. But there's a decent number of autos in there where you hit it, you're not even coming close to box price. And the fact that you hit an auto one in every 3 boxes on average means that you could be spending $600 and hitting a $41 Jaron Duran orange auto.
Yeah, so I'm having no luck right now. No luck. I'm trying to get a bid through on this Mbappe. Oh, see, so like it did extend. Like it did extend. The price seems to be the exact same. I did bid on it one step further. It must just not be registering the numbers or something like that. I have no idea. Or it is, and I just can't see it. That's the other portion too, I guess. Nate, have you opened a Topps Update Baseball pull that Steven pulled the SPs of Julio, Quan, and Royce off hangers, fun, cheap rip? Nate, you opened a hobby box, didn't you?
I did open a hobby box, and I did pretty well. I hit every Julio that you could want to hit, not SPs or anything, but the base, the silver pack, the rookie debut, the 35th year anniversary one. I hit a bunch of Bobby Witts. I hit gold Mackenzie Gore. I hit 4 colors, 2 golds, 1 out of 75, 1 out of 50, including a Mackenzie Gore gold out of 2022, and a number of silvers. So like, it was a good rip.
There you go.
It was definitely like one of those, like, for $100, which is what I paid for the box, even getting close to the value back. And a lot of that had to do with the strength of the Julio Mojo. Like, they're pretty good. So it was a fun time.
I'm like trying to will a bid through on Mbappe. There's a will, there's a way, but we'll see if that counts right now.
Tracy, I love Mackenzie Gore.
Asian Punk said, I saw that as well. FIFA are a bunch of crooks. I did watch the 4-part documentary series on Netflix, 4 hours long. And it was very good. And Asian Punk says, still saw it today with the Ecuador offsides call. Asian Punk, I do think that was directly against the rules. It was a slight offsides with the hand or knee or something like that. Based on that, the goalkeeper came out of the goal. I've been in person to see a call just by that much air to rip away a League Cup final against Liverpool. It was painful. But Ecuador still ended up winning in the end in this one. I heard there was like $11 million in bribes or something on the match, and then it was for Qatar to win 1-0. That did not happen. So I'm super confused. So I guess the bid did go through now, but now it's saying my max bid's 2,200, but I've been bidding 2,400 each time. So I'm thoroughly confused now. Chance said 3 rounds later, my bids is finally showing on the card. So I guess maybe it's just loading later right now.
Very strange.
Wait, so now, yeah. Now it starts to hit a minute within 1 minute from now, but there's clearly still like, I don't know how many cards are overall still running right now. 600 is a lot with 1 minute left, so there's definitely like a lot of these cards are going a little bit longer, probably because people like me are trying to jam bids in on like that Mbappe or things that they want.
Yeah.
Heard the visitor accommodations are a mess in Qatar. It looked like people were staying in shipping containers.
Oof.
So yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
$200 a night, Nate, to stay in a wooden bed in a shipping container.
Isn't Qatar like super rich? Like, don't they have like?
Yes, but so check this out. I saw that. Do you know how much money? Okay, I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this. I saw a graph that said how much money each country spent to host the World Cup since 1994. USA spent $500 million in 1994. Other countries spent between like 6 and 12 billion. Qatar, 220 billion to build the infrastructure for this World Cup.
220 bill.
Yep, and the next closest was Brazil at 14 billion.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they had no stadiums. They had nothing to host this pretty much in terms of like the actual accommodations and stuff.
Wow. So no wonder they have to charge $200 a night to sleep on a wooden pallet.
And then all this, half the stadiums are like shipping containers made. So they're like stacks up on the outside.
Wild.
Yeah, and they're tearing down the stadiums right after too.
Oh,
it's interesting to say the least.
I don't even understand what the point of getting this was then. I mean, I know that you get all the people to come in.
It's to put their state on the main stage. That's what they're doing.
Now they're getting bad publicity for it. So
yeah,
backfire.
And yeah, Tech is right. There's been reports that thousands of people did die building all this stuff too.
Ooh, thousands?
And yeah, there was massive amounts of bribes, Nate. So they announced the World Cups at the same time for 2018 and 2022. It went to both Russia and Qatar at the exact same time, when the most logical bids they were saying was to England and the United States for 2018 and US for this year.
Mm-hmm.
But supposedly a lot of behind the scenes bribes. Executive committee members getting paid millions to vote for Qatar, stuff like that.
Wow.
Because it's like a group of like 40 individuals, Nate, that vote on where the World Cup goes. It's
so
not
those
like
40 individuals have the blood of thousands of humans on their hands, essentially.
Yep, pretty much. If that does be the case, that's reports. There's other conflicting reports from the Qatari head of the bids itself, but also that's another thing to discuss. Yeah, I'm not having any luck here right now. I'm trying. I just keep on extending and the dollars keeps on staying the same. Everyone does. So just to speak a little bit further about what's going on right now, what happened last time and what might happen this time. So yes, clearly there's been a lot of cards that have been affected bidding on, and if you are selling too. Us included, obviously right now you can see live. I can't get a bid on this Mbappe. Last time this happened, like I said, it was a long time ago. It hasn't happened for a long time, and then the volume could have had a problem tonight. Last time what happened was they analyzed the entire auction, figure out every single card that was potentially affected by this, right? So the ones that closed in the first 30 minutes, we know that those weren't affected by this. I think, Nate, this probably started at like 9:40 or something, maybe the last like 20 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much any cards from like that point on, what happened last time was they went back up they got relisted for sale to sell in not this upcoming week. So it would be only a 7-day period to be the following week after that. I do not know if that is the plan to do that for this one. I'm just speaking to what happened last time. I would definitely expect communication to roll out from PWCC in due course as they can figure out what to do with this. I can't guarantee any time when that would happen, figuring it out or the communication, but they are definitely going to be saying something to let people know what's going on and what you can expect with your items or your bids, stuff like that. So and I know it's difficult with a lot of people like having cards involved in it. So just staying patient is the only thing that can necessarily be done. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Yep, technology is finicky.
I know. Like even last time when this happened, like Merrick's Graves had just lost a card I bid on, just said it sold. Hope they make this right. So what happened last time, right? Like the Zimbabwe right now, clearly it's been affected. At the bottom it says unable to verify auction, close something with the server. Like this card, like even if it shows on someone's end that they won it potentially for some obviously maybe cheaper value than what it would have so far if we bid, that would be like an affected card. That affected card would go back up for sale if what happened last time plays out this time. We'll have to see on what necessarily happens, but I have great faith that they'll do something to make sure that these. Okay, so now we're the high bidder. We can win this in 20 seconds. Like even if it says that we win this, right? Like
we don't know.
Like we don't know. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like,
what?
yes. Like,
let's celebrate like we did though.
Because Nate's like, let's celebrate by ripping the box.
He beat me to it.
Oh, you got that. You got that. Well, you got that Dominguez for now, Vincent. Keep in mind, we don't know. But Magic, I don't know for sure, right? Like I don't want to say that people then think that like we don't. We just have to all stay tuned, I guess is what it is. And I like I said, I wish I had concrete answers. I'm sure we will at some point here. So I'm sure it's gonna show that we won this now. It's gone. So
Vincent didn't win the Bowman Chrome Heritage
Superfractor?
Fake fan. Could have had $100 off, dude.
Absolutely fake fan. He doesn't even buy the Superfractor. No.
Coward is actually what he is. Coward. But in all seriousness, great buy, Vincent.
So it's showing that we won this. I'm not gonna sit here and say that we necessarily won it for sure at this exact moment. Well, and on our end too. Like I know a lot of you follow us obviously on social medias, etc. We will try to get that information as quickly as possible. Obviously, following the PWCC Instagram accounts and all that stuff. We'll also bring information, Twitter, and everything. So that is what we're gonna have to look out for.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, go ahead, Nate.
We will, at the very least, you'll find out next week if we won it. Next
Sunday. Well, no, we'll be able to I'm sure communicate that quicker. And Asian Punk says, "Whoa, Aaron won an Mbappe auto baller shot caller." Well, we don't know that yet for sure. I want to say something really quick about this Harry Kane cards. This is a 2015 auto. Harry Kane, this is one of his very first licensed sports cards, like actual cards, not stickers. And a lot of people I know buy the 2016 Prism or the 2016 Select non-autos, as if that is maybe his rookie card specifically. But this 2015 Select auto, he did not have non-autos in this set. This did come first. So if you are a Harry Kane collector or do want to buy Harry Kane cards, would recommend looking at the 2015 autos for that reason, because there's not that much 2015 stuff out there of him. So it's a good combo to, obviously get low supply stuff of a player you like or it's really good. Figure maybe someone would like the tip. And there were a couple that were in tonight's auction too. If there's any more info from people on cards that you were maybe bidding on and what's been happening, obviously there's still cards that are like running right now. Given that I'm not bidding on any more of them, I won't really know what's going on from here on out. But if there's any more information, maybe that can be shared. I think it could potentially help and get to some solutions, and hopefully get to the end solutions too. Is he even playing right now, Nate? Kawhi Leonard?
He had played a couple games, and then at the beginning of the year, and then he's been out the rest of the time. But I saw
He played against the Spurs. He got 11 points last night in 22 minutes.
Okay, because I saw he was like coming back to practice like middle of last week, but I didn't know if he had played.
So, do the Chargers just come back and win?
Really? Would not have seen that one coming.
Someone just yelled touchdown Chargers. Yeah, they just scored right now and they're winning. But you never know, Mahomes. I mean,
yeah, minute 46 for Mahomes. That's too much time. That's the classic way too much time, especially 2 timeouts. There's no way the Chiefs don't score here.
I would have to agree with that. All they need is wait, no, they do need a touchdown.
They need a touchdown, but it's like minute 46 seconds left. Great QB. That's like the time where these guys thrive.
Axel, mine finally went through on Mbappe for like at least 15 minutes. My bids were not going through on Mbappe, and then it did finally go through, but it was extending it every time without increasing the value. It's kind of interesting, obviously. Eric says I lost out on all the cards I was bidding on. One showed I was a high bidder, but then sold for higher than I bid. So that would obviously be cards affected by this surveyor. I have to imagine that's something around the last time because it was a process that they did use and did work for what could be done. I imagine something like that would be done again. Certain cards, like for me, like I'm definitely gonna be keying in on those Mbappe odds if they do go back up for sale, even though one that we won for now. Okay, so now all this stuff is. Do you see this right now? They potentially paused.
Pause the auction.
Yeah, I think it got paused now. So I'm sure that they're this. I just noticed this. I don't think this happened for a bit. They all say sold for, has the money amount. It does still allow you to like scroll through the bids. Oh my. I never scrolled down that far. 5 million. But Magic, don't tempt him.
Yeah,
Magic. Don't tempt him.
Magic.
But this auction has definitely been paused at this point, and I have to assume that there's going to be that point to where they can recognize when the servers start to have issues, recognize all cards that did have issues with it, both bidding and obviously selling for sellers, and something will happen with those cards. What it is right now, I don't know specifically, so you definitely have to stay tuned.
Question for you,
Aaron,
is do we risk trying to do a giveaway this week, or do we push more cards next week?
So I can definitely like I know for a fact that these were in the very first window. When I went back to see what we've won so far after the very first window, these were right here. Okay. I imagine that these 2 cards we would have won, obviously, but also just going and looking back in our vault, we have I think a few things that can be given away. Yeah, we've got 2 things that can definitely be given away. So we're still gonna give away 2 cards right now. Especially get some energy going in here and get some blocks going. So we will give away 2 cards. We'll give away a Ronaldo 2004 WCCF SGC 8. That's a 3rd-year card. It's a Manchester United kit. And then a Roberto Alomar and Francisco Lindor, the green M99 PSA 9. That one never got claimed, so we will re-give that away right now. Cool. I believe right now, because I don't think that this is probably moving in any direction.
Probably not restarting.
Yeah, there's all the cards are now gone. Here we go. Website issues encountered after the first bidding window. All affected items will be moved to the next weekly auction. Client services will contact any affected bidders. We apologize for the delay. So we can pretty much say for certain that we are not winning the Mbappe. We don't have that. So if you did win any cards after the first window, you don't really have them. If you sold any cards and they didn't sell after the very first window, they will be relisted. Now they're going to contact you on this stuff, right? You're going to hear a little bit about how that process works. So I'm not going to be able to detail that out for you. I wish I could, but I can't. So please stay tuned, and I hope that everything gets resolved, fairly for everyone. Everyone feels like that it is, maybe how it should be from here on out with the cards that were affected.
Oh, they're you are supremely positive there. There's definitely going to be people that won cards at a super rate because of this, that they're going to be upset.
Right, but there's you can't really get around that, right? You got to do whatever is best just to
I know. I guess.
Resolve what there is.
What I'm
Yes,
saying is, I hope anybody in the comment section isn't too upset, considering the reason behind the issue here for your cheap prices that you won the cards at.
Yeah. So then at least now you do know. Okay, but also Jim did point out something. Someone messaged me about this too on Instagram. 60 Minutes. There's on CBS tonight. They did do it on Panini World Cup stickers. I did not watch it live. I was watching Luca instead, the Pixar movie. I did get a link to watch it from someone on IG. I'm for sure gonna watch it when I can. I think it'd be awesome. That looks so cool. I definitely want to watch that. So, as for the auction, everyone, that is really going to bring us to the close tonight. We will still give away those 2 cards, the Ronaldo and the Roberto Alomar and Francisco Lindor. So please leave a 1 in there. We'll give you 2 minutes until 10:15 p.m. Central Time to jump in for the giveaway. So we still want to make sure people can get some cards for being here. And just stay tuned. Please stay tuned to your emails. Stay tuned to your socials. You'll hear from PWCC. They'll get back to you, and we'll make sure that or they'll make sure that you all know the processes for the cards that maybe weren't won, were won, or need to be relisted. All right, we got a lot of giveaway comments coming in. That's good. Good deal. So we have 1 more minute, so please place those number 1s when you can, or as quickly as you can, I should say, as you do have very little time remaining. It will be the like I said, the 2004 Ronaldo and the 2019 Alomar and Lindor. The Ronaldo will go to first place. The Alomar and Lindor will go to second.
Hey, real quick question. If one of us gets this correct, we celebrate?
By ripping a box?
Yeah.
Yeah, if one of us gets it correct, we'll rip it.
Yes!
And we'll rip it live here too.
Yes!
Tracy says, you guys are great. Love that I was able to listen live this weekend. Tracy, we appreciate you for being here. We appreciate all the support. Being live here just as 1 weekend, this is not how it normally goes. So please come back for another weekend when we know what we're winning, when we know what people are winning, when we know what we're selling, all that different stuff. But we do appreciate you taking the time to be here tonight. Everyone's got a little bit more time right now. I'm going to give you got to place the number 1 right now when you hear this. And then I know when I click the number, you'll have heard it already. And then you'll know. All right, we're done. So 2 winners tonight.
Dos winneros.
2 winners.
Oh man, I just went to a place called Choo Choo's Tortas. That's like 2 minutes from my house.
Yeah,
and it was awesome.
That's pretty fire.
Yeah.
So torta sandwich, Spanish. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Delicious. They had other things, but I got a torta, of course.
Like what was on it?
So I got chicken because can't eat red meat.
And it's good anyways.
Avocado, pickled red onions, pickled jalapenos, mayo, mustard, which was a little unexpected, but I enjoyed it. Lettuce, and
what type of bread,
and then the torta bread, and then green. They had green salsa that you could grab, or green sauce, like the green sauce from the burrito truck down the road from the old apartment.
Oh gosh, that stuff smacked.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We got all the giveaways in here, or comments. 3 times the randomization is always top spot gets to Ronaldo, second spot gets the dual Indians.
Hey, did you see Mahomes?
No, what just happened?
They're up 30-27 with 31 seconds left. It took them a minute and 15 seconds of game time to score.
It's crazy, man. He's too good. Stephen Pitt's on top, Jake on the bottom. We're doing number 1, number 52 are winning. Top and bottom?
Yeah.
Okay. Apologies. To make it clear right now. 1 gets the Ronaldo. 52 gets the Guardians card. All right, 2. Who you got, Nate?
All right. For the sake...
I'm taking Newt.
For the sake of this Stadium Club box, I'm taking Mark Sakaguchi.
Which one?
19.
19.
Come on, Mark.
Good luck, everyone. Oh, Chance. Chance had a lot of comments in here tonight. And then 52 is S. Fleming. Chance gets the first spot. S. Fleming gets the 52nd.
Where's my guy Mark at? 23. He dropped. Ugh.
Newt's at 32. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no stand club.
Yeah. Ugh.
I appreciate you all. Please email info@slabstox.com. The two of you, number 1, number 52, Chance and S. Fleming. You did win the giveaways for tonight. First win, Ben. Oh, you've been entering for a while. I thought you said it first time entering, just one.
That'd be wild.
Well, appreciate you, Chance, for joining for so long. Info@slabstox.com. Please go to your PWCC account. Click in the top, My PWCC. Click your preferences, and then yes, you can get. Here, I'm gonna show this time quick, and then you can click preferences, and then send us the character string super long.
Hey, I'm going to second what Jim said. He said somebody hooked me up with a Jordan and LeBron dual auto for Xmas, and I agree. Please, if anybody wants to get me a LeBron and Jordan dual auto for Christmas, I'm all ears. But also, did you see? I know it didn't end this week now, but did you see that Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods SB Authentic Sign of the Times dual auto? Oh, awesome.
Very cool. Very cool. Everyone, I appreciate you, Du Bois. Thank you for letting us know. Good show as always. It means a lot. Tom, good to have you back here again. Crollo, I apologize, for the inconveniences that you might have experienced tonight. Maybe not necessarily, obviously, our fault or anyone's fault in particular. It's just how technology goes sometimes. And we hope that we see these cards again soon, because I'm ready to win some Mbappe soon here. Maybe unfortunate thing about that would be that they'll be ending after he scores like 5 goals in the group stages, or fortunate for the seller. So,
Yep.
That's it, though. Appreciate you all. Be back tomorrow night. SlabStox Live, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We will see you all there.